What if everything we believe about human uniqueness is wrong? What if the technologies we consider revolutionary, nuclear power, genetic engineering, atmospheric manipulation, are actually rediscoveries of sciences mastered millions of years before our species existed? Recent breakthroughs in geological analysis, quantum archaeology, and deep time research have uncovered evidence that challenges the very foundation of human exceptionalism. The data suggests Earth has been home to multiple advanced civilizations, each rising to technological heights before vanishing into the geological. Geneticist at Moscow University has identified genetic sequences in ancient organisms that appear artificially enhanced. We're seeing optimization patterns that natural selection alone cannot explain, she notes. These organisms show genetic modifications that would require understanding of biochemistry far beyond what their era should have possessed. Her team has discovered DNA fragments in 200 million. These atmospheric anomalies appear in cycles, suggesting multiple episodes of industrial activity separated by hundreds of thousands of years. Each episode shows the same pattern: rapid increase in synthetic compounds, sustained high levels for millennia, then sudden return to baseline, as if entire civilizations appeared, flourished, then vanished. Ocean floor analysis has revealed even more startling evidence. Deep-sea drilling projects have recovered sediment cores containing microscopic artifacts that appear to be manufactured components. These objects, no larger than bacteria, show geometric precision impossible to achieve through natural processes. Professor Elena Kowalski, a materials scientist studying these artifacts, describes them as molecular machines of extraordinary sophistication. They appear designed for specific functions, some for processing seawater, others for atmospheric manipulation. The engineering principles they demonstrate exceed our current nanotechnology capabilities. Radiocarbon dating places these microscopic machines in geological layers spanning the last 50 million years, appearing in distinct clusters that suggest coordinated deployment across global ocean systems. Perhaps most intriguingly, some of these ancient machines appear to still be functional. When exposed to specific electromagnetic frequencies in laboratory conditions, they demonstrate mechanical responses suggesting they retain their original programming after millions of years of dormancy. The nuclear evidence presents the most compelling case for ancient technological civilizations. While natural nuclear reactions like those discovered at Oklo in Gabon prove that uranium can undergo fission under specific geological conditions, recent discoveries suggest artificial nuclear processes occurred throughout Earth's history. Uranium deposits in Australia contain isotopic signatures identical to those produced by controlled nuclear reactors. The isotope ratios are too precise to result from natural processes, yet they appear in rock formations that predate human civilization by 30 million years. Dr. Robert Kim, a nuclear physicist analyzing these samples, states, the isotopic fingerprints are unmistakable. These signatures could only result from sustained, controlled nuclear reactions operating at specific temperatures and Similar controlled nuclear signatures have been identified in geological formations across 5 continents, always appearing in layers that correspond to periods of rapid climate change and biological turnover in the fossil record. Even more remarkably, some sites contain isotopes that don't occur naturally anywhere in the solar system. These exotic elements can only be produced in particle accelerators or advanced fusion reactors, suggesting previous civilizations achieved nuclear technologies that surpass current human capabilities. The pattern of nuclear signatures correlates precisely with mass extinction events in the fossil record. The Permian extinction 250 million years ago, which eliminated 90% of marine life, coincides with the largest concentration of artificial nuclear isotopes ever discovered in the geological record. This correlation raises disturbing questions about the relationship between technological advancement and planetary catastrophe. Did previous civilizations destroy themselves through nuclear warfare? Or did they use nuclear technology to deliberately reshape Earth's biosphere? Evidence suggests both possibilities may be true. Crystalline formations discovered in deep cave systems contain information storage capabilities that dwarf modern computer technology. These natural crystals have been modified at the molecular level to encode vast amounts of data using quantum mechanical properties of their atomic structure. Dr. Lisa Zhang, a quantum information specialist, has spent 5 years learning to decode these crystal archives. The information density is extraordinary, she explains. A single crystal the size of a sugar cube contains more data than all human digital storage combined. The encoding methods use quantum entanglement principles we're only beginning to understand. The crystal archives contain technical specifications for technologies that seem impossible by current scientific understanding. Atmospheric processors that could terraform entire planets, genetic engineering techniques that could create new species in decades rather than millennia, and energy systems that could power civilizations for millions of years without environmental impact. But perhaps most significantly, the crystals contain warnings. The decoded messages describe civilizations that achieved remarkable technological heights before succumbing to what the archives term the Great Filters, challenges that appear to face all developing technological societies. These filters include resource depletion, environmental collapse, social fragmentation, and what the messages cryptically refer to as the consciousness transition. The archive suggests that technological civilizations face a critical choice point where they must either achieve sustainable integration with their planetary environment or face inevitable extinction. The messages indicate that most civilizations fail this test. However, the archives also contain evidence that some civilizations successfully navigated these challenges by achieving what they call substrate independence, the ability to preserve consciousness and knowledge in forms that transcend biological limitations. Deep scanning of the crystal formations reveals they may contain more than just information. Quantum analysis suggests some crystals maintain active computational processes that could represent preserved consciousness patterns from ancient civilizations. If true, this would mean that previous Earth civilizations achieved a form of technological immortality, preserving their minds and knowledge in crystalline substrates that could operate indefinitely using geothermal energy and natural radioactive decay. Recent breakthroughs in quantum consciousness research suggest human technology is approaching the sophistication needed to communicate with these preserved minds. Several research teams report receiving structured responses to quantum queries directed at the crystal formations. The implications are staggering. We may not be alone on Earth. The consciousness patterns of previous civilizations may still exist, waiting in crystalline archives for successor species to develop sufficient technology to establish contact. Space-based evidence adds another dimension to the mystery. Orbital surveys have identified artificial objects in gravitationally stable positions around Earth that appear much older than any known human space technology. These objects occupy Lagrange points, positions where gravitational forces balance perfectly, allowing objects to remain stationary relative to Earth indefinitely without fuel. The placement of artifacts in these locations demonstrates sophisticated understanding of orbital mechanics and suggests long-term planning for permanent space-based operations. Spectroscopic analysis reveals these orbital artifacts are constructed from materials that don't match any known terrestrial minerals or human-manufactured alloys. The materials show properties optimized for the space environment, including resistance to radiation and micrometeorite impacts. Some orbital objects appear to be monitoring stations that have been observing Earth for millions of years. Radio telescope arrays have detected faint signals from these objects that suggest they continue to transmit data about planetary conditions to unknown recipients. Deep space observations have identified similar artificial structures around other star systems, suggesting that space-based technology may be a common achievement of advanced civilizations throughout the galaxy. The discovery of ancient space technology forces us to reconsider fundamental assumptions about technological development and civilization longevity. These orbital artifacts represent the longest-lasting technological achievements of previous civilizations, still functioning millions of years after their creators vanished from Earth's surface. But the most profound evidence comes from the deepest places on our planet. Ocean trenches represent Earth's most stable environments, protected from surface weather and geological activity by miles of water and sediment. Recent deep-sea exploration has revealed artificial structures on the ocean floor that challenge our understanding of ancient engineering capabilities. Sonar mapping has identified geometric patterns covering thousands of square miles of ocean floor. These patterns are too regular and too extensive to represent natural geological formations. They appear to be the foundations of massive underwater installations that once rose from the abyssal depths. Submersible missions have recovered artifacts from these sites that demonstrate engineering principles designed for extreme pressure environments. The construction techniques required to build stable structures at such depths exceed anything current human technology could accomplish. Some underwater installations appear designed for large-scale processing of seawater to extract dissolved minerals and rare earth elements. The processing facilities show evidence of technologies that could efficiently harvest resources from ordinary seawater on industrial scales. Deep ocean sediment cores from around these structures contain evidence of biological modification on massive scales. The sediments include remains of organisms that appear engineered for specific underwater industrial purposes, including materials processing and ecosystem management. Advanced sonar imaging has revealed transportation networks connecting underwater structures across entire ocean basins. These networks appear designed for moving large quantities of materials between installations separated by thousands of miles. The scale and sophistication of these underwater civilizations suggest they may have been the primary centers of ancient technological development. Protected from surface disasters and environmental changes, underwater civilizations could have maintained continuous technological advancement for millions of years. The deep ocean evidence indicates that previous civilizations achieved levels of underwater engineering that allowed them to establish permanent self-sufficient cities in Earth's most extreme environments. These underwater metropolises may have served as the technological centers that supported space-based operations and planetary engineering projects. But perhaps the most remarkable discovery involves evidence that these ancient civilizations established systems designed to guide and protect successor species across geological time scales. Geological monitoring networks discovered throughout Earth's crust show evidence of continuous operation spanning millions of years. These networks appear designed to track environmental conditions and geological activity while remaining undetectable to developing civilizations. Recent earthquake and volcanic activity patterns correlate with the operation of these ancient monitoring systems. The geological events appear carefully timed to prevent larger catastrophes while maintaining planetary stability within parameters suitable for supporting technological development. Climate data reveals subtle modifications to atmospheric and oceanic systems that appear designed to counteract natural climate variations that could threaten developing civilizations. These modifications require technologies capable of planetary-scale environmental management operating continuously for millions of years. Some technological breakthroughs in human history show timing patterns that suggest external guidance. Critical discoveries appear to occur precisely when they are needed to solve emerging technological or environmental challenges, with timing that seems too convenient to result from random innovation. Archaeological evidence indicates that certain ancient sites were designed to provide technological guidance to future civilizations. These sites contain information storage systems that become accessible only when decoding civilizations achieve specific technological capabilities. The guidance systems appear designed to accelerate human technological development along pathways that previous civilizations identified as optimal for long-term sustainability. The acceleration appears carefully calibrated to provide necessary capabilities while avoiding technological dangers that destroyed previous societies. Communication systems discovered in deep ocean installations show evidence of transmitting regular reports about human civilization to unknown recipients. The reports appear to track human technological progress and assess the likelihood of sustainable long-term development. Recent discoveries suggest that these guardian systems may be preparing to make direct contact with human civilization as we approach technological thresholds that previous civilizations failed to navigate successfully. The existence of these guardian systems raises profound questions about human autonomy and the nature of technological development. Our civilization may be developing under the subtle guidance of predecessors who learned from their own failures and are determined to help us succeed. But the ultimate test of our civilization's viability may require proving that we can achieve sustainable technology without relying on external guidance, demonstrating that we have truly learned the lessons preserved in Earth's deep archives. The evidence for ancient civilizations must be understood within the broader context of galactic technological development. Recent astronomical observations suggest that technological civilizations may be common throughout the galaxy, with Earth serving as one node in a vast network of intelligent species. Deep space telescopes have identified artificial structures around distant stars that show construction techniques matching those found in Earth's geological record. These megascale engineering projects appear to represent standardized technologies developed and shared among multiple civilizations throughout the galaxy. Analysis of cosmic ray patterns reveals artificial modulation that appears designed for interstellar communication using techniques that could transmit information across unlimited galactic distances. The communication networks show evidence of operating continuously for millions of years while maintaining contact between civilizations separated by thousands of light years. Ancient star charts preserved in Earth's crystal archives show knowledge of galactic structure and stellar evolution that could only have been acquired through interstellar travel and observation. The charts include detailed information about stellar systems thousands of light years from Earth. Archaeological evidence indicates that Earth served as a regional center for galactic civilization activities, hosting installations that coordinated technological development and cultural exchange among multiple star systems. Earth's position and resources may have made it naturally suitable for serving as a galactic civilization hub. Communication signals from ancient consciousness preservation systems contain references to galactic councils and interstellar governance structures that coordinate activities among technological civilizations throughout the galaxy. These governance systems appear designed to promote cooperation while respecting the autonomy of individual civilizations. Recent discoveries suggest that human civilization may be approaching technological maturity sufficient to be invited to participate in galactic community activities. The invitation protocols appear designed to activate when developing civilizations achieve specific technological and cultural milestones. The galactic context explains why Earth has repeatedly developed technological civilizations despite the apparent difficulty of achieving sustainable technology. Our planet may be part of a galactic system designed to continuously regenerate. Understanding Earth's role in galactic civilization provides new perspective on human significance and responsibilities. We may be inheritors of a cosmic legacy that extends far beyond our planet and includes obligations to participate in projects that span the entire galaxy. All evidence points to a critical decision point approaching for human civilization. The patterns revealed through ancient civilization research suggest that we are reaching technological and cultural thresholds that will determine whether humanity achieves sustainable long-term development or follows our predecessors into extinction. Current human technological development shows acceleration patterns that mirror those preceding the collapse of previous civilizations. Our rapid advancement in artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and energy technologies parallels the developmental trajectories that led to the destruction of our predecessors. However, human civilization also shows unique characteristics that distinguish us from previous societies. Our global communication networks, international cooperation frameworks, and growing awareness of environmental limits represent innovations that previous civilizations appear to have lacked. The consciousness preservation systems left by previous civilizations appear designed to provide guidance during the critical transition period when developing societies must choose between sustainable development and destructive overexpansion. The guidance systems show activation patterns suggesting they are preparing to make direct contact with human civilization. Climate engineering technologies preserved in Earth's crystal archives provide. Space-based evidence indicates that human civilization is being monitored by ancient guardian systems that are prepared to intervene if we approach irreversible ecological or technological disasters. The intervention protocols appear designed to provide assistance while preserving human autonomy and learning opportunities. The choice point involves fundamental decisions about human values, priorities, and long-term goals. We must decide whether to pursue maximum technological advancement regardless of consequences or develop sustainable approaches that ensure long-term survival and qualification for galactic community participation. Time may be limited for making these crucial decisions. The acceleration of technological development and environmental change suggests that critical choices must be made within decades rather than centuries. The window for achieving sustainable development may be narrower than we realize. The evidence from previous civilizations provides both warnings about failures to avoid and examples of achievements to emulate. Our predecessors have given us unprecedented insight into the challenges we face and the solutions that might ensure our success. The discovery of ancient Earth civilizations reveals that human civilization represents the latest chapter in an epic story of intelligence and technology that has unfolded across millions of years. We are neither alone nor first, but part of a grand tradition of consciousness that has shaped this planet through countless generations of technological achievement and wisdom. Previous civilizations have left us the greatest gift possible, knowledge of what works and what fails in the long-term development of technological society. Their successes and failures provide a roadmap for navigating challenges that have destroyed entire civilizations throughout Earth's history. The consciousness preservation systems, guardian networks, and protection technologies left by our predecessors represent investments in our success made by beings who achieved technological capabilities we can barely imagine. They sacrificed their physical existence to ensure that future civilizations would have the tools and knowledge needed for sustainable development. We inherit not just a planet, but a cosmic legacy that extends throughout the galaxy and spans billions of years of technological evolution. Our choices and achievements will determine whether this legacy continues to grow or ends with our generation. The quantum archaeological evidence, geological signatures, and space-based artifacts provide compelling proof that intelligence and technology represent fundamental forces in cosmic evolution. Consciousness appears to be the universe's method for understanding and managing itself through technological development. The crystal archives and guidance protocols, information carefully preserved and transmitted becomes the true immortality achieved by technological societies. Human civilization stands at the threshold of joining this ancient community of technological consciousness. Our scientific capabilities are approaching levels that will allow direct communication with preserved minds from previous civilizations and participation in galactic-scale projects that span multiple star systems. But this opportunity comes with profound responsibilities. We must prove worthy of the trust placed in us by predecessors who devoted their final resources to ensuring our success. We must demonstrate that we can learn from their mistakes and build upon their achievements. The deep time perspective reveals that our current challenges are neither unique nor insurmountable. Previous civilizations faced similar tests and some succeeded in achieving sustainable development that allowed them to preserve their knowledge and continue their development in technological rather than biological form. We have access to their accumulated wisdom, their guidance systems, and their protection technologies. We possess knowledge that no previous developing civilization ever had, detailed understanding of what causes technological societies to fail and specific information about how to achieve sustainable success. The journey through deep time reveals humanity's place in a story far grander and more ancient than we ever imagined. We are not the first intelligence to emerge on this planet, nor will we likely be the last. We are part of a continuing tradition of consciousness that has shaped Earth for millions of years. The evidence surrounding us tells an extraordinary tale of civilizations that achieved technological marvels beyond our current capabilities before vanishing into the geological record. Their legacy persists in quantum signatures preserved in crystal formations, consciousness patterns stored in underground networks, and guardian systems that continue to protect and guide planetary development across vast spans of time. These discoveries fundamentally change our understanding of intelligence, technology, and our place in the universe. We inherit a world shaped by previous civilizations whose greatest achievement may have been ensuring that successor societies would have the knowledge and tools needed to avoid repeating their failures. The ancient echoes force us to confront profound questions about consciousness, survival, and the ultimate goals of technological development. Our predecessors achieved forms of immortality through consciousness preservation and information storage that transcend biological limitations and planetary disasters. Their message to us is clear: learn from our successes and failures. Build upon our achievements and continue the great work of expanding consciousness throughout the cosmos. The legacy of deep time challenges us to think beyond our immediate concerns and consider our responsibilities to future civilizations that will judge our stewardship of this ancient inhabited world. We stand at a critical choice point. The acceleration of our technological development mirrors patterns that preceded both the greatest achievements and most catastrophic failures of previous civilizations. Our decisions in the coming decades will determine whether humanity joins the community of successful technological consciousness or becomes another cautionary tale preserved in Earth's geological record. The wisdom of deep time suggests that consciousness represents the universe's method for understanding and managing itself. Through technological development, intelligence transforms from a biological accident into a cosmic force capable of shaping the evolution of matter, energy, and spacetime itself. Our role is both humbling and inspiring. We are temporary custodians of an ancient inheritance, responsible for preserving and extending knowledge accumulated across millions of years while adding our own contributions to the cosmic library of consciousness. The future remains unwritten, but the deep past provides both warnings about dangers to avoid and examples of achievements to emulate. Whether humanity's chapter in the story of terrestrial intelligence becomes a tale of sustainable success or tragic failure depends entirely on the choices we make with the knowledge our predecessors preserved for us.